Good morning from Dallas Love Field. Your patience will be rewarded shortly. I've got to plug a couple more things in before we can get going, so please stand by. And Happy New Year.
out of the blue of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
The following program comes to you in color.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color.
All right, well, part of that is false. We are coming to you live from Dallas Love Field, not far from DFW International Airport in Texas.
Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Well, that part is accurate. Happy New Year from all of us here at Runway DFW. It is at least where we're coming to you from, it is still the year 2024. But some of our viewers, I was listening to our friend Kevin at Wellington Flights Live as I was coming in today, and it had already turned 2025 where he is, and in just about 12 minutes from now, our friends in Australia will be welcoming in the new year. So Happy New Year to you, wherever you might be, from Runway DFW. All right. Yeah, we're a little bit late today. Sorry about that. But I'm glad you could be with us for all of the activities here. There's Josh Aldrich. Good morning and a happy New Year's Eve. Josh, I heard you being mentioned on the on Kevin's show at Wellington Flights Live this morning. You were checking in there, so Happy New Year to you up there in Oklahoma City. Orchid says Happy New Year. Marsha Ferguson likes the skyline. Well, that's all we could bring to you initially as we were frantically setting things up here. We're kind of on a scaled back broadcast today. We don't have ATC. I couldn't get that set up. And I don't have our normal display of comments from you. So we'll settle for this. And let's see what we've got here coming up. Let me check out the radar. We are on the, this morning we're on the west side of Love Field, because we've got north flow today, so the planes are coming in from over the skyline of Dallas there, so we should get some good views. We'll be here with you till about 9 o'clock Central Time, when I've got to take off my current hat and put on my other hat for my regular job. And in fact, speaking of hats, let me go get my hat. Well, I'm back, but I'm hatless. I don't know what I did with my hat, as I was scrambling to get out here, so I'll just have to go with the hoodie look for now. Now, as far as planes go, we should have some activity coming up here shortly. I see Southwest Airlines Flight 1482 going out to San Diego, California. And I see Flight 1969 going out to Midway Airport in Chicago. And those two planes are still at the terminal, which we can't see from where we are right now. But it is a glorious skyline that we get to see. So there's that, right? Roger Scott says, good morning, Walt, mods and all. Happy New Year to you. Hello to you, Roger. Pleasure to have you with us. Scott Randon says, Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to thee. A few trains at our pal from the UK says, yikes, rain is approaching my part of Cheshire, so I should really run to the supermarket to grab a few bits. Well, hope you'll be back in time to catch some of the rest of our show. Harold Williams II is checking in from Baltimore. Happy New Year to you, Harold. Steve Lundaby, one of our great channel members. Happy New Year to me and all the fine folks watching. And what you're watching right now is the skyline of Dallas, Texas in the morning glow. So I'm checking out our digital zoom here this morning, just in case we need it. We get the letter H from Theo Smaglick. Hello, Theo. Kylo Ren Radio. Thank you for all you do, Walt. Happy New Year from Milwaukee. Oh, there's Theo. I missed his original message where he said, good morning, everybody. Oh, no, I guess that was his later message. Well, you know what I mean. Michael Flannery. Happy New Year to all of our viewers. Nice morning view of downtown. Well, that's all we've got for you so far. We have had there were a couple of flights coming and going as we were preparing to broadcast, but we couldn't get to them for you. But no, we'll have some more coming up. Let's see if we've got anything on the inflow. Not at the moment. The reason we're here this morning at Dallas Love Field is because... Oh, we have some activity coming up here. We're here at Dallas Love Field because the... That's not going to work, is it? Hang on, I'm repositioning something. It's because there's what we call North Flow today at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. And North Flow is not really great for our viewing position at Founders Plaza. So we'd like to hop over here to Love Field to give you a look at the Southwest jets and anything else we might be able to see. This is Flight 2819. It's going to Austin. It's a MAX 8. So yeah, today we do not have, unless I can figure it out before we debark, we don't have air traffic control for you today. We also don't have a secondary microphone. So if I have to turn off this microphone, oh, I don't know, to cough or something, you will hear nothing. This Dallas Love Field to Austin flight is a bread and butter operation for Southwest Airlines and has been for years. And I don't know that we're going to get to see this plane take off before we get to see Southwest Flight 3050 from Lubbock, Texas, landing. Because there's just one runway on each side of the airport here at Love Field. And we chose this side because we won't be staring into the sun. HDOT says it's getting even more beautiful. Gary Shepard, thank you for all the great streams this year. Happy New Year's to you and the Runway DFW family. Appreciate it, Gary. We'll talk about the year we've had here at Runway DFW. And we shall reposition our primary camera to bring you the takeoff of this plane headed out to Austin, Texas. So anyway, yeah, Austin, Texas, a primary destination for Southwest from this location. We say hello to Wisconsin Dave. Hello, Happy New Year to you, Dave. And John Kelly Grant, checking in from San Antone, Texas. Happy New Year to you, John. Thank you for those kind sentiments. And that goes into rotation right in front of us from this perspective at parking garage B. We've got our next flight coming in is flight 1423 from Midland, Texas. However, I think this one is on a trajectory to bring it over to the east side of the airport. So I don't think we'll get to see that one coming in, regrettably. So we'll go back to our skyline view. Marcocelli, Happy New Year. Thank you. Cajun Josh, enjoying the backdrop. Theo says, hi Walt, what are you doing for the new year? Well, so funny that you asked, because tomorrow, January 1st, New Year's Day, we'll be back at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport for the return of the Airbus A380 King of the Skies. The King is back tomorrow at DFW Airport, and we'll be there to bring you its arrival tomorrow afternoon. We'll go on the air at 1 o'clock. The plane is scheduled to be in at about 4 o'clock p.m. So we'll be there for the arrival. We do anticipate having north flow, so we'll get an angle similar to this one, seeing it land there. And so that should be fun. And Josh Aldrich says, Happy New Year 2025 to our pals in Sydney and Melbourne, Australia. And sorry, I guess they're having their big fireworks extravaganza in Sydney Harbor right now, which is always a sight to see. I'll be looking for the replays of that. Brian Miller says, keep on rockin' from Manchester, New Hampshire. Theo says, can't wait for tomorrow. Alan Lee has become a member of Runway DFW family. Thank you, Alan. Much appreciated. And so once again, to everybody who is celebrating the new year right now, or tonight, Happy New Year to you from Runway DFW. And we will, and I encourage you, if you are a person who likes to tip a glass, to drive responsibly. I hope you will. Have somebody else drive like me. I don't drink, so I'll be your driver. All right. We've got a flight coming in from San Antonio, Texas. Flight 294. 737-800. Southwest Airlines. I think this will be one that we will be able to capture for you. Slower than I had anticipated this AM. Let's see, we got some train action for you here. This is the DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit Line, headed downtown. And there in the background, that building with the hole in it, it's intentional, is Parkland Hospital, the new Parkland Hospital, relatively new. It's built several years ago. It's the primary county hospital here in Dallas, and if that name sounds familiar, Parkland Hospital, yes, was where President Kennedy was taken after he was shot here in that assassination in downtown Dallas. But that's an entirely different building than the original one, which is not far from that location. Well, okay, Flight 294 from San Antonio is now on final approach. There is me. And that clackety-clack sound you hear in the background, that is traffic in front of us on on one of the feeder roads here at the airport. So flight 294 from San Antonio, and coming up behind it will be flight 407 from Austin. That'll be a 737-700. Here on Runway DFW, live at Dallas Love Field on this final day of the year 2024. Well, I have a moment here. Let me go get our auxiliary microphone. I'll be right back. Put on just an itty bit of music here. He said. All right, be right back with you.
Runway DFW on YouTube, on YouTube.
We've got our auxiliary microphone plugged in, so we bring you some more sounds of the airport. On final approach now, flight 2301 from Amarillo, Texas. There it is there. And we've got flight 407 standing by to take off there in the foreground. And it will be, I'm sorry, flight 407 is coming in from Austin. In the foreground, flight 1421 is going out to Denver, Colorado. There is the flight to Denver, 737-800. As I deploy my hood. Temperature this morning, 47 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind out of the north-northwest, 9 miles an hour. Beaker and Honeydew likes where we are. We'll be ninja watching. Thank you, Beaker and Honeydew, for being one of our great mods and supporters of the channel. Ron C. says, I've seen different liveries on Southwest. Do they still have one in the 1970s colors? You know, I thought that I saw that one had been retired. But I may be wrong about that. I haven't seen it in a while. Although I'm not here at Love Field all that often. Of course, Southwest does have a number of state-oriented liveries. I believe it was earlier this year that we got to see the debut of the Imua 1 Hawaiian livery. All right, flight 1421 off to Denver, a 737-800, a 10-year-old plane. That was a lot more leisurely liftoff than that last one I think we saw. Was that one rotated right in front of this run of us, the previous one. This one took a little while longer to get up there. Lori Smith says, good morning, Walt and all, as that Austin flight crosses over a few miles away. Happy New Year, everyone, and Happy New Year to you, Lori. Thank you for your support of the channel. Ron C. says, last time I was on Southwest, I flew into Love Field for a job interview, 1996. You know, I'm trying to. I can't remember the last time I was at. Well, I was aboard a Southwest flight. I know it's not been since I worked in my last job, which was more than 7 years ago. This is UC Southwest Flight 714. It is coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia. 737-800. right, we'll head on over to the Love Field terminal. After it makes a U-turn. And it looks like we're going to be without some air traffic here for a little bit. Just the way things go, I guess. Kai says, hey there, Walt. Good to see you on New Year's Eve, and Happy New Year to you. Thank you, Kai. Here we are for my little perch on the parking garage. It's not as, the garage is not as crowded as I thought it might be today, being a holiday week. But, I would imagine after the new year we'll get some heavier traffic. I think the busiest day was supposed to have been, was it Monday? Yesterday? Few trains out with a report from the local Aldi store in his neighborhood. Wow, traffic chaos. Let's see, we'll give you a little tour as best we can here. We don't have a particularly great shot of the control tower from our vantage point. But there it is, kind of obscured a bit by a light standard. And you see the Dallas Love Field sign on top of the terminal there. I would like to thank Heath Shelton for a $20.25 super chat. Hello, Walt, says he. Here's hoping that the New Year's prosperous for you. Question, what was her personal highlight for 2024? I think that would have to be the eclipse, the total solar eclipse, which we observed from here at Dallas Love Field. We were actually on top of the parking garage over at Planet Lincoln Dallas Love Field. They were kind enough to let us share in their eclipse celebrations, and it was, you know, if I had a staff, I would have had my staff prepare some highlights of the year. I don't have that, but you can go back and look at our channel, and the eclipse was our most watched stream of the year. And with good reason, I guess, because it had a more broad interest than just plane spotters. The weather, unlike today, which is totally clear, the weather on that day of the eclipse, which was back in April, was quite gloomy as we started our broadcast. It was overcast, and we weren't even sure that the sun would break through to see the eclipse taking place. But yeah, eventually the clouds did clear just in time for us to get a very good look at the eclipse, and it was quite something to be a part of. If you ever have a chance to see something like that, and you haven't before, I would say go out of your way to see it, because it's really quite an experience. You just can't really describe it. I wasn't able to describe it very well, but we did do our best to show in pictures what it looked like, and it was just a wild and moving event. Gary Shepard wants to know, what kind of camera is your main streaming one? Well, today we're using the Sony ZV, or depending on where you are in the world, ZV E1, which is a full frame camera. And we're using today a lens which ranges from, I think, 24 to 240 in millimeters. Normally, during daytime broadcasts, we normally use our Panasonic camcorders for our main cameras because they have a better zoom range. I'm not sure what this dart train is dressed up as here. Got some advertising on it. Normally the trains are yellow and white. I don't know what this one is advertising. This one is wrapped. It was the last time we were at Love Field, a couple weeks ago. We saw a dart train which was totally outlined in lights. It was beautiful. I'd never seen anything like that before. Heath says some things in life are beyond description, like you seeing the eclipse in totality is a highlight for this year. Yeah, something I've seen some total or near total eclipses before, but obviously I never had the opportunity to share my experience with an audience. So it was quite an event. I do believe we have a plane headed our way. Shall we take a look? Let's do that for you on Runway DFW Live at Dallas Love Field on this final day of 2024 here in the central U.S. time zone. It's flight 2016 off to New Orleans. And Max 8. Let me see if we can go up in the sky here, because we've got I believe that's a FedEx plane just to the west of us. It's as close as we can get in on it with this camera. Our friend Skittles up there in the great Northwest says, good, happy New Year, everyone. May 2025 bring everyone love, prosperity, and happiness. Unfortunately, I have to log out. I am in my car now, just leaving for work. Skittles, have a safe drive. Have a happy New Year to you. You know, Skittles, I heard your name mentioned. Our friend Warren from Sydney has a radio show, and we know him as Waz Radio here in the chat. And Warren mentioned you, Skittles, on his show. I believe it was last weekend. He has a Saturday night kind of a retro oldies show on it's called Highland FM, a radio station in Sydney. And he sent me a clip of a dedication he did during his show. And he mentioned you, Skittles. And he was kind enough to mention Runway DFW. He's a big fan of aviation, and his show's on Saturday night at, I think, 8 o'clock in Sydney on local radio, although you can stream it from their website. I believe it's highlandfm.org.au. You gotta listen to it live though, because it's not available on demand as far as I know. And that program starts at 2 a.m. Saturday if you're listening to it here in the Central Time Zone. I'll have to do that one of these days when I'm up late. So into the morning sky goes flight 748. No, that was flight 2016 to New Orleans. That's what I'm trying to say. Flight 748 to Tampa, 737, is about to make the turn down at the end of the runway. This would be a 17-year-old 737-700. And coming our way, you'll hear it in the background here, will be flight 1168 to Las Vegas, 737-800. See, can you see it there in the background? Yeah, there it is. Last time we were here, we were lucky enough to see a couple of Delta 717 jets coming in from Atlanta. I think both of them were. Hopefully we'll get to see one of those this morning. It's always good to see something different. Yeah, we're going to see pretty much all Southwest planes this morning. Aviation Aces says, my personal favorite was on Runway DFW was at Seoul International Airport. Great experience for us to see live. It was great fun for me, I have to say. Of course, our thoughts are with the aviation families of those who were lost on that Jeju Air 737 flight. That, I mean, the pictures of that are just horrific. The plane came in to land without any apparent landing gear. It skidded, and I guess if it had had an unlimited amount of space to run out, it might have had a different ending, but a lot of airports do not have that luxury of having unlimited space at the end of their runways. I mean, for instance, this plane You can see, you might be able to see the cars behind it. It's just a few hundred feet away from a road. And, you know, a lot of urban airports are like that. Here's a flight to Las Vegas. At the other end of this runway is a lake. Josh Aldrich with a happy 2025 to Adelaide. Ron C. says, have they finished the runway work at Dallas Love Field? And yes, they have. For several months, we got to have, when we came over here, all the operations are happening on this single runway here, which was great for us because we weren't going to miss anything. But yeah, that completed several months ago. Still trying to get our scanner working here. I popped a button on it somewhere that just send it into a frenzy, and I couldn't find our channel that we wanted. So I guess I could turn this on and we could just listen to all the police frequencies, but that's not going to do us any good. Hey, you know what I should do here? Well, first of all, let's say hello to soul searching Emily. There she is. Morning, everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. Hello to you. Now the sun is making its appearance known, at least where we are. Coming up over the parking facility here. But I should use this occasion to say thanks to all of our viewers, especially our members of Runway DFW, who do so much to help keep this channel on the air. And topping the list, as always, is our official Runway DFW sponsor, James Webb. James, thank you for all your great support this year. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much. And James is probably asleep. He's a West Coast person, at least as far as I know right now, so it's kind of early for our West Coast friends. I'd like to thank our Runway DFW Quad Jet members. This list was compiled as of 7 o'clock last night, so if you are a new member since then, you'll be on a future list. So, A-List Flyer Chris, Alan J., Angela Smith, Anna the Dispatcher, Beaker and Honeydew, another Quad Jet member, Beve, Cranky OG757, we know him as Chip. Cubs win. Deborah Klein. Dwayne C. James Webb. Josh Aldridge. Thank you, Josh. Kai, who we have here with us this morning as well. Thank you. Kirby Brooks Sr. KS Avgeek. Lori M. Michael Flannery. Michelle R.S. Mike G. Network. Patrick Wooters. Pete Nordine. Raina Taylor. S35 Bonanza Pilot. Sarah, the real deal. I think Sarah was also got a call out on Warren's radio show. Skittles. Steve Lundaby. Thank you, Steve. TNT Oh My. And Will Hutchison. Those are our Quad Jet channel members on Runway DFW. Thanks to each of you. And thanks to each of the additional names you will see here as Tri-Jet members and Twin Jet members of our channel. Still playing around with our scanner, as you can hear. I'm going to plug it in and see if it comes up with anything. It's on the airport frequency right now. I don't know. Plug it in, see if anything happens. Josh Aldridge says thank you to everyone who has supported Runway DFW in 2024. And here's to more fun and adventures in 2025. Josh, I think you were also on the shout-out list from Warren down on his radio station in Sydney. Of course, you were down in that part of the world earlier this year, so that was a great adventure for you. Teresa says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to back to you, Teresa. I appreciate that. Martha Purdue says, good morning, everyone. As does Brent. So we're here to kind of celebrate all of our Runway DFW family this morning, including Navy Jack. Hello all, he says with a hand wave. We don't have our upgraded message display, which will let us see the little icons that are inserted. We just get to see the description of them on this. MJ Scanlon Photography says greetings from sunny Memphis International. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, MJ. So good to see all of you here today. Well, we're in a bit of a lull here as far as aeronautic activity goes at Dallas Love Field. That's where we are today. Watching the sun come up over the Dallas skyline. Southwest Flight 3050 to St. Louis is lit up on the radar over at the terminals. I I'm hard pressed to say whether we'll see it over on this side of the of the airport or not. Well, let's see what we've got coming in. It is 7:45 Central Time. Within the next 5 minutes or so, we expect to see a flight coming in from Kansas City. And then the next arrival after that looks to be a flight from El Paso just after 8 o'clock. So it's kind of slim pickings as far as arrivals go. Departure related. Oh, this is nice. We've got a Southwest flight to San Antonio at 7:55, and Delta's 717 twin jet is off to Atlanta at 8 a.m. Sorry. And looks to be, things will be picking up here in the 8 o'clock hour. But as for right now, tain't a lot happening. If we look right in front of us, we can see the warning lights for runway 31 left or 13 right are flashing, which would seem to indicate that there's some activity on that runway, but I don't see any. Nor do I see any planes coming in right at the moment. 48 degrees here in North Texas, Dallas Love Field. Wind coming out of the northwest, 13 miles an hour. And if you were wondering, we have these statistics for you from Flight Radar 24. Over the next 7 days, you can expect to see 1,511 departures from here at Dallas Love Field, serving 84 airports in 3 countries. And the busiest route is probably no surprise, the route between Dallas and Houston, with 94 flights over the next 7 days. There's talk of building a high-speed railway between the major cities in the eastern part of Texas. Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Houston. Of course, Southwest Airlines is, I'm pretty sure, lobbying against that. Dallas Love Field is very, as you can tell from where we're looking there, Dallas Love Field very convenient to the business center of Dallas, much more so than Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, which is a little further afield. But the growth is limited here because this is one of those airports, an urban airport that's ringed by businesses and residential development, and so all the growth is going to be at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport in the years to come. And there's also talk of another airport in McKinney, Texas, which is north of Dallas, which the city fathers and mothers there are working to get that. They've approved the funding to build a terminal there, and they're hoping to have commercial air service. Havmo63 says, "That's it, Walt. Get creative, and you have the radial tire slap backing you up." And Havmo63 says, "Good morning." Hans Olav Mork is here with the like button. Thank you. Navy Jack says, thanks for another great stream to close 2024. And yeah, I wish we had more to show you this morning. I was hoping it'd be a little busier, but that's what happens. Roy L. with a good morning to everyone and a happy New Year's to everyone. Looking forward to a better 2025 and lots of planes at DFW. And I accept your appreciation and I thank you so much for that. Henry Moore says, hello. Watching from Brisbane, Australia, just 11 minutes until it's 2025. So, happy New Year's Eve to you, Henry. Appreciate having you here with us as we are still a number of hours away from the new year. What, 16 hours, a little more than 16 hours away from the new year. But Emily says the sunrise is gorgeous. We can go back to the sun here for just a second as we await planes. As you can see, it's now higher in the sky. And thank you, Henry, for those kind words. It is fun to do this. I see a plane. It's not a Southwest plane. This is a British, I think it's British Aerospace 125-800A. Don't have any information about where it may be headed to. Don't know how old it is. Don't even have a registration number for it, although we'll be able to see it here in a moment. It's always a treat to see planes you don't normally see at DFW. So there's the registration number, N800JM. Henry says, oh my gosh, a private jet could be a rich celebrity, Walt. Maybe Wave. I'm not inclined to wave at pilots. Zachary T has become a member of the channel. Thank you, Zachary. Ron C says, I'm surprised the FAA signed off on a third commercial airport in North Texas. I think that would be a first to have 3 airports in 1 metro. Well, I think New York City might have something to say about that. Newark, Kennedy, and LaGuardia. Doesn't the Los Angeles area also have multiple airports in Los Angeles. You've got Burbank, LAX. There's one other in that area, is there not? Robbie Batista says, good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. What happened to that plane we used? Oh, there it is. Hold on. Here we go. Thank you again to all our Runway DFW members. And again, if you're a new member, watch for your name. Watch for your name on an upcoming broadcast. Thank you for your support. There goes the BAE 125-800A. And thanks again to all of our supporters. Let's put our clock is in there. Oh, did we ever put our little blue dot? We don't have our blue dot. Where's our blue dot? There it is. And now, because it's there and because it's fun to look at, let's go back to our skyline shot of Dallas. Josh Aldrich also noting that San Francisco has 3 airports. San Jose, Oakland, and San Francisco. Josh says Chicago has 3 if you count Chicago, Rockford. Rockford is quite a ways out as I understand it. Yeah, LAX, Burbank, and Ontario. Okay. Gary Shepard says New York has Teterboro as well. Is that not more of a business, private jet? Do they have commercial flights into Teterboro? I'm not aware of that. Henry Moore likes the Runway DFW icon, thank you. A few trains at says, hopefully my Streamlabs donation went through. Keep forgetting that I don't get an email when I do it. And yeah, I don't know if that is appearing on our screen this morning. I'm hoping that, let's see, that chat alerts. Oh no. Okay, I think I didn't have the chat alerts turned on. And I'm my setup is kind of minimal this morning, so I don't get all the alerts that I would normally get. So I apologize if you have made a contribution and I have not acknowledged it. I apologize for that, but I certainly do appreciate it. Well, let's see. Yeah, our scanner is not doing what we wanted to do today. let's see what's going on here. We've got a couple of flights lit up on the radar. I think we're about to see Flight 5 going to Houston. This will be a 737-700. Let us get into position to bring that to you as we point our camera to the northwest. All right, it is 8 o'clock. It is now 2025 in Brisbane and Queensland. So let's do this. Happy New Year. There you have a representation of me and Mrs. Runway DFW celebrating the New Year. It's our anniversary on January 1st, so it's always a Happy New Year for us.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you.
And that is our sentiment here from Runway DFW. Yes, we've got a lot of, we've got Sydney and Melbourne and I guess all of Australia now has entered the new year along with New Zealand. Henry Morse has just heard that British Airways A380 is back. Did you hear about that, Walt? Well, yes, I did. And in fact, tomorrow we will be, when your message disappears, you'll see the King is back. We will be at live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport starting at 1 o'clock Central Time on New Year's Day to bring you the return of the King of the Skies, the British Airways A380. This is just going to be a limited run, just January, February, and March, and then it will be no more. Well, at least for a while. British Airways will be suspending its service to Dallas-Fort Worth. And I don't know when it's supposed to resume. We're seeing runway inspection going on here. Which means we won't be seeing anything happening as far as landings or takeoffs go for a little while. But always important to check things out. Why are those cars so close to one another? It's almost like one is being towed by the other. I guess maybe it was an optical delusion. So they're checking everything very carefully, making sure that there's no debris or anything that could be ingested. This is our final hour with you today. I've got to get to my regular full-time job after this. But again, we will be back tomorrow, so we'll have 2 days of broadcasting for you to end the old year and to start the new year. got their patterns to run here to look at everything that's going on. That was not me. And H dot. Did we lose our camera? What's happening? Our camera 1 has ceased functioning here. Hold on a second. Well, you know, when in doubt, turn things off and then turn it back on again. Okay, that looks a little better. And thank you, Josh, for that. Okay, so I think we're back in operation here. So with the runway inspection now underway, let's see what's happening here. Well, we've got flight 874 coming in from Birmingham, Alabama, and but that's coming in on the east side, and I don't think there's any way I can provide you with images of that. So it's kind of a lazy morning here at Runway DFW here at Dallas Love Field. Is there anything else we can show you? There'd be more to show you on the other side of the field because there's more terminals. Well, there's the main terminal. We can see part of that from over there. I'm telling you things you can't see, or we can't see from here. And then there's also some private jet operations on the other side of the airfield, so it's a little more interesting place to hang out. But I came to you here this morning because of the ability to bring you the sunrise over Dallas. I am seeing the Delta. I just saw it, and I was hoping to bring you a picture of it. It looks like the Delta 717 to Atlanta was like coming over here and it made a U-turn. So I think it's headed over to the other side for dispatch. So that's where all the action's going to be for now. That's flight 2513, a 717 going to Atlanta. This is almost, you know, our last broadcast in, was it, I guess it was last Friday morning? I'm losing all track of time now. Last week we did a broadcast from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. We started early, and we didn't get to see anything for quite a while because we had about 90 minutes of fog. So this is the no aircraft equivalent of 90 minutes of fog. But we have had some aircraft. we can show you. Can we show you? What happened to that? Huh. I can see it on my screen. Is it not? It's not showing up there, is it? Yeah, I think we're running into some technical difficulties. I don't know if it's our cable. Okay, there it is. Ramo 11 says good morning everyone, beautiful day, even here in Michigan. May y'all have a great new year. We're going to do our very best. I was trying to zoom in on this plane here. It's the only aircraft we can currently see, and you can kind of see the runway check going on in the background still here on the west side of Dallas Love Field. Larry Brown says, and a train, good morning and Happy New Year. If this was a radio show, it would be Wake Up with Walt.
Happy New Year to you. On the air.
Yeah, we have all those things. So it is kind of, if I was better at things like this, it would be kind of like a radio show. I'm kind of a, there was one time in my life I would have liked to have been a disc jockey. So once again, we return you to the skyline of Dallas, Texas, on this, what is this, Tuesday morning, New Year's Eve, December 31st, the final day of 2024. Hope it was a good year for you. Anthony Ondima Momanyi says good morning everyone and a happy new year here from Kenya. So we greet all of our viewers on the African continent and thank you Anthony for joining us here. I wish we had more aircraft to bring you. We do have a train. This is the Dallas area rapid transit train. I can't tell what line it is, but I used to ride those trains back when I worked in downtown Dallas, and my employer provided us with a transit pass. So since I had about a 50-mile trip to make to work, I'd drive about a third of the way in my car to the nearest train station, and then I'd take the train the rest of the way. Took a little longer than driving to work because it was a local train. There was no express trains, but I enjoyed the experience. Joshua LeClaire says good morning, hello to you. Cheeto Productions says happy New Year's Eve to me and our family. Have a fun and safe night tonight. Yes, I can't emphasize that enough. Everybody be safe. Well, you might be able to hear it. We've got some activity over on the east side of the aeroport. Well, I guess since there's, we do, as I've said before, we do have our main sponsor, James Webb, but we do have an alternate sponsor now. So let's watch. Oops, that's not it. I kind of messed that up, didn't I? I hit the wrong button. Let's see, what was I looking for? Here we go.
Our design, Remco's Flying Fox, with real motor-driven jet prop engines. The giant cockpit with dual controls has room in it for 2 kids to control every action of the plane. In the air above the cockpit roars the mighty Flying Fox airliner. The engines are revved up separately from low to high speed. Hear that powerful jet sound get louder and louder as you rev her up. While flying, you retract the landing gear. You yourself make the plane climb, bank, dive, and turn in flight, while cockpit instruments keep you on course. For night flying, switch on the red and green wing lights and blink them. Kids, fly Remco's Flying Fox jet prop airliner for the greatest thrill of your lifetime. Only $14.98. Remember, every boy wants a Remco toy, and so do girls.
So isn't that fun? I couldn't resist that one. Hey, we've got a plane coming to us. Look at that. That bought us some time until we could bring you the extended departure sequence of Southwest Flight 858 going to Orlando, Florida. It's a 737-800, a 7-year-old aeroplane. Look at this, we just had an arrival that I had overlooked. An arrival or a takeoff? I guess that must have been an arrival. When it rains, it pours. That Pilatus PC 12/47 was coming in from Memphis, operated by Quest Diagnostics, which I believe does medical testing. So Glorioski, here's a plane. And I bet you didn't have the word Glorioski on your Runway DFW bingo card today. Lori Smith asking, do you know which runway Air Force One came in on and left from with JFK? Just curious. I don't have a great familiarity with JFK Airport. I've been there, but it's been a number of years. And I don't really know all their runway layouts there. And I've never done a broadcast from there, although it would be fun to do that. So no, Lori, I'm afraid I don't have that information for you. Captain Mickey Mouse says I should do a PWM show. Portland International Jetport. Well, that's an airport I'm totally unfamiliar with. So I'll have to do some research on that. Steve Mick says good morning to Walton crew. Well, we're having some fun here this morning at Dallas Love Field. Not our most productive stream in terms of the number of jet airplanes we've been able to bring to you, but yeah, it is what it is. O'Malley says Glorioski not on his bingo card, so there you go. We always try to expand your vocabulary here at Runway DFW by using primarily unused and underappreciated words. Graphic Sign and Design says thanks for the stream and thank you for your support of the channel. Always good to see you here in the chat. I'm looking at my radar. There's a number of aircraft that are either backing out or getting ready to back out from the terminal. And now that they've completed the runway inspection here on the west side, I would suspect we'll see at least a couple of them over here before we have to pull up stakes. Do I see Michelle RS in the chat? Hello, Michelle RS. Always good to see you. Telling Emily that she's got to work tonight. My plane sleuthing skills have fallen by the wayside here. That was a total surprise for me. That was Flight 6 coming in from Houston, 737 MAX 8. Houston, just a 44-minute jaunt. And this plane actually arriving just a bit early. Scheduled to come in at 8:35. So about 10 minutes early. Even though it left Houston 10 minutes late. Chad Hart says good morning everyone and happy New Year's Eve. Thank you, Chad. Once again, we're having kind of a laid-back morning here at Dallas Love Field. So we're just kind of hanging out with one another as we wait for the next plane to arrive, or take off, or taxi. Well, at least we've got a place for people to hang out and just exchange New Year's greetings with everybody. Captain Mickey Mouse says, PWM is flying to Houston. I could send you the airport map to your email you have in the description. Okay, yeah, sure. I welcome suggestions. I can't do a lot of traveling outside of scheduled vacations because I do have a regular job. This is kind of a side, I don't know if you'd say a side hustle. I don't like that term, because that sounds kind of illegitimate. Steve Mick says today is one of those fun flight tracking days. The time travelers, flights over the Pacific that take off in 2025 but land in 2024. Huh. Now that sounds entirely science fiction-esque, doesn't it? It just bends your brain a little bit. Or a lot. Steve Madison saying hello to everyone. Thanks for all the great streams during 2024 and all the best for 2025. Tuning in from northern Scotland. So we welcome you there. We've had a viewer from Kenya checking in today. That was fun. We've had viewers from Australia. So, and then there's Emily in Seoul. Larry Brown says avocation. Yes, that's a good word. Not a side hustle, it's an avocation. It sounds a lot more distinguished. I think we're getting a plane coming our way. Let's check it out. Although I could be wrong. You see me have to kind of spin around here to... Oh, there's a good shot of our microphone. Well, since it's out of focus, that makes a nice backdrop for our New Year's Eve logo. So Happy New Year to everyone. Where's our New Year's Eve celebration here?
Happy New Year!
Yes. To some of you it's already 2025. To most of you probably still 2024. For a limited time only. But Happy New Year to you, wherever you may be. On this big blue marble. Oh, now we get some planes. So, we have flight 1516 going to Los Angeles, 737-800. Got 2 more flights headed out here. First in the parade is, in this parade is flight 3415, a 737-700 to Lubbock, Texas, and right behind it, another 737-700. Flight 1394 to Little Rock, Arkansas, but we have a plane now coming in. So look, a festival of 737s for you. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, flight 4263, a 737-700. And now we've got 3 planes angling to take off. First of which, again, is headed to Los Angeles. I was having a hard time seeing this plane in the glare of the morning sun. So that plane headed to LAX. Next flight out to Lubbock, Texas. So definitely got some early rotation on that one. That was the flight to Lubbock. And this will be the flight to Little Rock, flight 1394, another 737-700. So we'll see, maybe that will also lift off into the sky just in front of our camera position here atop Terminal B, or not Terminal B, but Parking Garage B at Dallas Love Field. RJ Luke says good morning. Hello, RJ. one didn't quite have the same get up and go as the previous flight did. Off to Little Rock it goes. And now, after initially, when we got here, having a nice background of daybreak, the Dallas skyline is now in silhouette, pretty much. All right, Captain Mickey Mouse, I'll be looking for your emails. Thank you for that. Patrick says good morning all. Happy New Year's. Carolyn Crowder says hello and Happy New Year, everyone. And we say hello back to you and Happy New Year as well. Josh Aldridge says Happy New Year 2025 to the Northern Territory of Australia.
Happy New Year!
Brandon Rabbit says, my avocation is watching Runway DFW. Just wish I could get paid more for it. Well, I wish I could send you all a big check, but I can't. But you'll just have to accept my sincere appreciation for all of your support over the last year. Support, of course, from our members, from our subscribers, and just from viewers. Viewers are always important to us, and you know, there's just so many people out there who just watch and don't participate, and that's okay. That's not a problem. But it is fun to participate, and you can do that by subscribing to the channel, and that sounds onerous, but subscription is free here on YouTube, so why not hit the subscribe button? And then that's the only way you can join in on our chat. Doug Houston says Happy New Year from Brisbane. Hello to you, Doug, in Brisbane. We are happy to have you with us on this New Year's Day for you, New Year's Eve for us. This was the year that Brisbane and DFW became connected by air when American Airlines began its service to Brisbane. That's flight 3017, a MAX 8 coming in from Tampa in Florida. And there's Patrick with a public service announcement for the viewers of Runway DFW. Doug says they are 40 minutes into 2025. What is it like in 2025? Is it any different? Is it better, worse, the same? I guess we'll find out together in the next year here on Runway DFW. I'm glad when you can share with us. Wendy wishing everyone a happy new year. Make it a good one. Well, I plan to. We've got a couple planes coming in, but they're arriving over on the other side of the airport, so this is what we have to bring you at the moment. The bold colors of Southwest Airlines. Well, I'm going to say as far as content goes that today's broadcast, at least as far as aviation content goes, today's broadcast has not been one of our stellar ones. You know, if I would have to pick one to end the year, I guess this probably wouldn't be it as far as what I'm providing you with, but we're having fun. Storm Chaser Mark says good morning. Hello, Storm Chaser Mark. Well, anytime we can get together and share a few moments together, I think that's fun. I'm all for that. And don't forget,
Happy New Year to you.
the Runway DFW Chorus and Orchestra with us throughout the year. This was the year we first had, we now have the artificially intelligent Runway DFW Chorus and Orchestra. I don't know if that's an advancement or not. I'm not sure yet. Well, we're just about 15 minutes away from our cutoff point here where I've got to pack things up. And so let me just make sure of what we've got going or don't have going. Well, I think we will get to see a plane coming in here. Flight 269. From Nashville, 737-800 is headed our way. This is not it here. I was trying to, well, let's see, do we have it? This is what it looks like when we try to bring you a plane coming in on the other side of the airport. It doesn't even come in focus, does it? But I think we'll have one here shortly. Just about to come in over downtown Dallas. Oh, I see it now. Avion 003 says beautiful Dallas skyline. Mr. Sunjob from Montreal Aviation says, "Oh, hi, Runway DFW. Hi. Hi back to you. Happy New Year." So we're on the lookout now from this plane coming in from Nashville. Coming in just to the left of that building with the hole in it. And we're going to have a double play here for you on Runway DFW because we've got a flight arriving from LaGuardia Airport in New York City. Flight 573, a 737-800. So look at all this non-stop action coming to you live from Dallas Love Field. Nancy L. with a nice greeting. Good morning. Wishing you all the best in 2025. Happy New Year. Thank you, Nancy. Roy L. admitting to his years says, first time I flew into left field was on Braniff. And Nancy misses Braniff. I miss Braniff too. I flew Braniff, but the first time I flew Braniff was to DFW, early on, in its first couple of years of operation. DFW Airport is now celebrating 50 years, its 50-year anniversary this year. So, yeah, that was a long time ago. But that was after Braniff had moved out of Love Field to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. But there was a certain, because Braniff was based in Dallas, there was a certain local pride associated with that airline. Looks like we've got at least one more plane coming in. Be here in a moment or two. American Jet International, this one, a Cessna 560 XL Citation XL. That's a name that always confuses me. Cessna 560 XL, the letters, Citation Excel, E-X-C-E-L. I guess they're trying to say it's excellent. But the plane we're about to look at is coming in from Houston Hobby Airport in Texas, a 23-year-old plane. So let us reset our view to bring that to you. It'll be here in just a moment or two. This might be our last plane of the morning. Nathan Hunter wishing everyone a Happy New Year. Thank you, Nathan. Thomas Moore says, I hear there's talk of improvements to Love Field. I did read something about that. The city council, or this airport is owned by the city of Dallas, and they are considering now several different plans to upgrade the airport, kind of keep it up to date. Although I don't think it's going to be expanded really in any way. They might be able to add a gate or two, I'm not sure, but they're kind of limited as far as regulations go as to how many gates they can have and what times they can operate. So it's more or less to keep pace with what people want, I think, as opposed to expanding the airport. We say good morning to Irish Dublin. Hello, Irish Dublin. Happy to have you here. Did we say hi to Nathan Hunter, who says Happy New Year to everyone? Thank you, Nathan. Okay, so here comes the aircraft we discussed earlier. If I can find it, there it is. I'm kind of staring pretty much straight into the sun here. Well, it was a silky smooth landing, wasn't it? Planes and trains. A lot of leg room there in the cockpit. Well, let me look at my radar, and I think this is going to about do it for us today, because I don't see anything to be taking off or landing before we are scheduled to pull-up stakes here. So, Captain Mickey Mouse, I don't have that capability to put that map on the stream, but I will look at your email offline, and we'll get back to you on that. Hang on a second. Hello, Farida Bed. Good to see you, as always. The Lugoff Gamecock says, good morning from Central South Carolina. We're bracing for Snowmageddon 2025. Well, that doesn't sound like a great deal. Liberator 74 says, Happy New Year from England. Happy New Year to you, to all our mates in England. A few trains out says, shame they can't put a station for DART opposite you and get some kind of walkway under the runway to the terminal. That'd make getting to Dallas Love Field easier. It would. I don't think that's been proposed, though. It would be kind of a long walk, but maybe they had some of those moving walkways, and you step on it, you just kind of takes you there. Aviation 003 says, Happy New Year, Guy, and I hope you all have a aviation-filled 2025. And yeah, so that's going to do it for us. We're just before 8 a.m. Central Time. We do wish you this.
Should old acquaintance be forgot? Happy New Year to you.
So this will be our last communication with you before tomorrow, when we are back with you live for the return of the Airbus A380 to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Our broadcast scheduled to start about 1 p.m. Central Time in the U.S. But until then, this is Walt with Runway DFW saying, I hope you had a great 2024, and I hope you'll have a better 2025. And we'll see you all next year on Runway DFW.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you. Runway DFW. Ooh, 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 yeah. Runway DFW. Ooh, 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 yeah.
Thanks to our mods. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you again. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.
Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Ooh. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Ooh. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Ooh. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Ooh. Yeah. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Runway DFW. Runway DFW.
So I think we're going to do just a little bit of chat extravaganza here while we pack things up. Thanks again for watching, and see you soon on Runway DFW. What's the name of the show again? Alrighty then, that does it for this kind of abbreviated edition of Chat Extravaganza from Dallas Love Field. We'll see you tomorrow. Let me take that out. We'll see you tomorrow from Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, where the king is back, the A380, coming back from London after several months of being absent. And we'll bring that to you live tomorrow afternoon on New Year's Day. Until then, happy contrails to you until we meet again. Thanks again for watching Runway DFW.
Happy New Year to you.